who is best placed next season. If they keep Arne Slot and Xabi Alonso goes to Chelsea, you've got Carrick at United. Who is best placed going into next season, and who is in a world of pain going into next season? Go.
It's so freaking easy for me because I do not rate Arne Slot. Now, everyone wants Arne Slot out with good reason because he is a dead manager. He's a dead manager. Who's in a world of pain? If Liverpool keeps Arne Slot, my preference right now, after having a real think about it, is to get Xabi Alonso. Right, he's a new, upcoming, successful manager. He's already broken records of Bayer Leverkusen doing the double, and obviously in the league he went unbeaten. That is a huge feat. This is the problem, bruv, with board nowadays. The Chelsea board, they're making stupid decisions. Liverpool making stupid decisions.
Want to stand out like the freestyle pros? Then Premier Baller was built for you. 120 elite level skills to learn and master. Professional step-by-step training created by top UK freestyler Jay Rosa. This is an elite online academy for serious ballers. 10% off your first month right now with the code BALLER10. Your game is about to change. Carrick is the front runner to get the United job on a permanent basis. Xabi Alonso is the front runner to get the Chelsea job. What is he thinking? And Liverpool look like they're going to be sticking with Arne Slot. La, 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 la. We're going to dissect all of these and more, and we're going to tell you our opinions on who is best placed going into next season. Will it be Liverpool? Will it be Chelsea? Will it be United? You're with your boys, NJ and Marky Mark. Mark, I don't know where to start. Let's start here. Michael Carrick is the front runner for the United job. United have said they want to speak to him first. They're not ruling out other candidates. But before the last game of the season, they're going to hold talks with Michael Carrick, and he's a firm favourite to get the job. Should he get the job, in your opinion? Should he not?
Absolutely. I have said it from the get-go. I even said when they first appointed him and everyone's like, nah. No matter how well he does to the end of the season, we need to replace him. He doesn't have enough he doesn't have enough experience managing a team, a club the size of Manchester United. And these are all valid points. But the fact is, is that this guy has completely transformed Manchester United. I mean, last week on Judge Mose, you were saying about Chelsea. I don't think Chelsea could actually, even if they get Xabi Alonso, I don't think that. I still think there's going to be a lot of problems. It's not going to be a smooth sailing. And whilst this is true, it's not totally factual, because if you have a look at Manchester United, the beginning of the season when Amorim was in charge, you, me, everyone said that Manchester United is a broken club. They're rotten from the inside out, right? They've had some of the best managers come in and they couldn't do it. All of a sudden, they let Amorim go. They've hired Michael Carrick, and he is a prime example of how to completely switch the fortunes of a football club. You even have Manchester United fans now saying that they're going to challenge for the title next year. If anyone had said that, in the first half of this season, they would have snapped your neck off. I think hiring Michael Carrick, especially after he's won, 75% of his games or 70% of his games. And look how galvanized Manchester United look. They look like a new team. They're playing different. They're playing with the Manchester United DNA. They're gelling together. He is getting the best out of them. He's playing them in their best positions. I think it will be a huge, huge mistake to ignore all that, dismiss that, and dismiss Carrick and try and get in a Nagelsmann or whatever. I think that'll be a huge mistake. They've tried to go before, and they've got, Van Gaal, they've got Mourinho. These are massive managers with huge experiences of winning. Then they went down the smaller route of getting the new, modern, upcoming manager, the Den Haag, the Amorim. They've tried all of it. It hasn't worked. They've now come in with Michael Carrick, who has done it. People are saying, oh yeah, but I don't want the same thing to happen with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Look, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did well. Firstly, Michael Carrick is not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They are two different people, two different managers. And I don't think you can include that. You have to give Michael Carrick another season. because of what he has done so far. For me, I think I'll be super happy if I was a Man U fan.
That's fair. Look, I think he deserves a job. The guy's done a good job. He's coming, notwithstanding, he has only managed since January, and now he's going to have to manage 2, sometimes 3 games a week. So that'd be interesting to see. But like you said, that doesn't mean that you don't give him the job, because there have been managers that have come and gone at United and not done a good job, right? So let's see what Carrick does. I think he's earned his stripes. I think he's earned the right to manage him. Speaking of Mourinho, you mentioned Mourinho. I know we're talking about Xabi Alonso as the front runner to Chelsea, but there were some sources claiming Mourinho's in the running for Chelsea, although he's more strongly in the running for Real Madrid. This is all boggling my mind. And he probably is going to Real Madrid, which is crazy in itself. I feel Mourinho's past it, but it'll be interesting to see. I'd love to see him back in the Premier League, actually. So if he was to come back to Chelsea, it'd be incredible. But it looks like Xabi Alonso would be the one to go to Chelsea. Agreed on Carrick, everything you said. I think Xabi Alonso, before I kick it to you, would be an interesting appointment at Chelsea. I don't think Chelsea will have Champions League football next season. I just don't think you will. And I don't think you're going to overcome the people that are the teams that are in front of you to make sure that you get Champions League football, which means that Xabi Alonso will come into a club and he's going to have a lot of work to do. But it may benefit him, actually, to not have to do all of that work to turn the club's fortunes around and then focus on the Champions League. Is it beneficial to get a Xabi Alonso in, Mark, in your football club, and you don't have Champions League football, and therefore he can really kind of focus on fixing you one step at a time?
I think that if Chelsea get Xabi Alonso, he would prefer to manage the club with Champions League. All the top managers would want, of course. In terms of everyone being linked, my preference right now, after having a real think about it, is to get Xabi Alonso. Right, he's a new, upcoming, successful manager. He's already broken records of Bayer Leverkusen doing the double, and obviously in the league he went unbeaten. That is a huge feat. You can't take that away. So much so, he's now, the next job is the Real Madrid job. And you know what? This is the problem, bro, with boards nowadays. The Chelsea board, they're making stupid decisions. Liverpool making stupid decisions. Real Madrid making stupid decisions because they got rid of Xabi Alonso, who had pretty much like a 70% win rate in the league. They got rid of him because he didn't perform that well in the Champions League. But this is what I strongly believe. If they had kept him and stuck with him, rather than acting so aggressively to dismiss him, I think that they would have won the Liga. I really do. I think he is that good. No, I do. I think he would have won the La Liga because his win rate was extremely impressive. And I think that then they let Arbeloa take over, and look what's happened to him. The whole team is imploding, exploding everywhere. Fights here, you've even got the owner coming out making statements. It's a mess out there, Real Madrid. They're all making mistakes. So my whole point is Xabi Alonso is a winner, and you know what? His formation fits well with Chelsea. He'll play with 3 at the back or 5 at the back, however you want to put it. That suits the players that we currently have. If he comes to Chelsea, a manager like that will have certain controls, more controls than the previous managers under Blueco. This is factual. A manager like Xabi Alonso is not going to come in and go, you know what, I accept any young kids that you come through. No, he's going to want to rebuild the team. And why not? You're in London. You're not in fucking Liverpool, some shithole, right? You're already with the club which has big honours, that has a lot of trophies in their cabinet. The club are also willing to spend almost $500 million every single summer. So if he comes on, he's going to have the money. Why not? Right, you're going to be in London, and this will be a new type of project, a rebuild project, mate. And he wants to test himself. With all that being said,
you what, if he wants to test himself, it's not a bad place to go because there's plenty of tests at Chelsea Football Club right now.
Let me tell you, with all that being said, a big part of me is thinking that Xabi Alonso is stringing Chelsea along, making all of these contacts. To get Liverpool to wake the hell up, right? Because it's not happening.
This is a nice segue, because actually, bro, I was also, this is what I was going to throw at you, and you've kind of mentioned it there. Is Xabi Alonso, is he holding up a sign to Liverpool saying, come and get me, and Liverpool are going to have a decision to make, because it looks on the surface like Xabi Alonso is favourite to go Chelsea, and it looks on the surface like Arne Slot is going to be Liverpool manager going into next season. It actually looks like that, but is there things going on behind the scenes? And is Xabi Alonso really going at Liverpool and going, listen, guys, if you don't come and get me, you may never get me, because I'm going to one of your biggest rivals in Chelsea.
Never
and
is
that
a big
is
word.
a difficult switch. Well, it's a difficult switch. It won't be, if he goes to Chelsea now, he's not then going to Liverpool next job. He'll have to have another job in between.
Yeah, this is facts.
Because the rivalry is real. So here's the thing. It looks like, let's just go on the premise that Xabi Alonso does go to Chelsea, Mark. Let's just go on the premise for now that Liverpool, let's play the odds that Liverpool keep Arne Slot. Who is best placed next season? Bearing in mind that you and I, by the way, guys, if you haven't seen it, we've just done a podcast on Liverpool and Arne Slot, and our thoughts, deep thoughts and actual where they stand and where they're heading towards are on that podcast. If you haven't seen it, I strongly recommend you check it out. If they keep Arne Slot and Xabi Alonso goes to Chelsea, you've got Carrick at United. Who is best placed going into next season, and who is in a world of pain going into next season? Go.
It's so freaking easy for me because I do not rate Arne Slot. And even our Liverpool friend on the chat, who's always said, even last week, he was saying, you've got to keep Arne Slot. He's just won the league. We already went through the chat a couple of days ago, and he was saying Arne Slot out now. He's turned. Now everyone wants Arne Slot out with good reason, because he is a dead manager. He's a dead manager. So who's in a world of pain? If Liverpool keeps Arne Slot, they are. And
gotta agree.
And additionally, a world of pain means if you're going to keep him, you're going to have to back him for the rebuild. You know they need to sign a few players, and replacing Mo Salah is a big thing. Are they going to risk spending all that money on Arne Slot, who has done terribly? The expectations on Liverpool, based on how much they spent last summer, they were expected to challenge for the title, not challenge for top four, not challenge for Champions League.
They're expected to win it, mate.
They're expected to win it.
A spade.
Let's call a spade a spade.
I think they're in a world of pain going into next season. So that leaves Chelsea United.
All right,
Chelsea
cool.
with Xabi Alonso. Carrick at United, who, with the respective squads, and I know transfer window is going to come into it, and then, you know, who United signed, Casemiro leaving, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
I get all that. There's a lot of moving parts here, but what's your gut telling you? Who's better placed to have a better season next year? Carrick's United or Xabi Alonso's Chelsea?
So far in this podcast, my friend, I've been very honest and very transparent. Even with saying that Xabi Alonso, I think he's stringing Chelsea along. If they do manage to secure Chelsea, I think out of the three, Chelsea would have the most success within the league, especially if they don't have Champions League, because now you're openly focusing on one game per week, especially the first half of the season. Whereas now, it's big. Now you are the one, my friend, that's always saying, I'm not too sure about Carrick. And the reason for that is can he manage 3-4 games in a week? This is a completely new test. It's all good smashing up teams, since you're taking over and you're only playing once a week. But now you're going to have 3-4 games. Can he do that? That is what remains to be seen. That's the biggest doubt for me. And that's why I don't agree with a lot of Man U fans where they're going to challenge. I think they'll get the top four. But I think that the additional games, the Champions League runs, especially the higher up they go, if they manage to get past the group stage, the quarters, I'm not too sure. They also need a big rebuild. They're missing. Casemiro has been unbelievable for them this season. They need another midfielder. I still think that they need a left back to cover Luke Shaw. I still think that they need a right back instead of Dalot. Their breakthrough goalkeeper is really, you don't need to worry about him. But they still need a few players. They will probably get it, but because of Champions League, I would now say if Xabi Alonso goes there, out of the 3 teams, Xabi Alonso will do the best and he'll be the most impressive. I rate him that highly, and he'll be backed and he'll get the players that he wants or have some say in it.
Agreed. Nothing more to say. Guys, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop comments in the section. Let us know who do you think is going to finish above who next season, and are Liverpool absolutely screwed if they keep Arne Slot?
Yeah. Like and subscribe. That's it. I've brought it home, you punk. Like the video. Subscribe. We'll see you lot in the next one. Thanks for watching.